Vikings, let's win the game!
Hey there, Vikings fans! Today we've got a slew of updates that'll have everyone in Viking Nation on their feet. In today's video, you'll get the lowdown on the game marking our calendars as the most critical of the Minnesota Vikings season. Plus, we've got details on a golden opportunity for you to catch a game at a price that will blow your mind. We'll also be shedding light on some players whose stars seem to be fading this off-season. And lastly, don't miss the emotional weight of a player for that life-changing call from the Vikings, promising tears and triumphs. The scoop on all these stories starts right now. Welcome. Show your Viking support by reaching 100 thumbs up on today's video. As the new NFL schedule rolls out, all eyes among Minnesota Vikings fans are on a matchup that's set to be more than just a football game. It's an epic battle filled with rivalry, strategy, and raw emotion. Are you ready? Circle your calendars. Week 13 against the Seattle Seahawks. This isn't just any game. It's the battlefield where the Vikings' new command, led by J.J. McCarthy, our quarterback drafted 10th overall last draft, will go head-to-head with his predecessor Sam Darnold, the former MVP now sporting a Seahawks jersey. This showdown has all the makings of an epic saga. The Vikings, under the energetic leadership of McCarthy, our new quarterback, have a lot to prove. The emotional temperature of this game is heightened by the intertwined stories of the players and their burning desire for victory and approval. The game is about more than just scoring points. It carries the weight of validating the team's decision to bet on a new, ambitious young leader. Given the context, the challenge becomes even more significant. Our opponent, known for their fierce defense and passionate fan base, makes the task even more daunting. Every play, every pass, every run will be scrutinized and feel the pressure to be more than just a simple action on the field. It will be a statement. The strategy for this game will be crucial. The Vikings coaches are spending countless hours strategizing plays that not only surprise the Seahawks but also maximize McCarthy's strengths. The expectation is that this game will be a defining moment for the season and potentially for the young quarterback's career. And of course, we can't forget about you, the fans. The vibrant energy you bring to each game is what fuels the team. This particular game promises to be one of those events that are etched into memory, where each one of you plays a vital role filled with passion and support. So, as the Vikings gear up for this monumental showdown, I ask, how do you think this battle will unfold? Join in, comment, and start anticipating this game that's set to be one of the most thrilling of the 2025 season. And remember, what happens in this game could very well define the legacy of Minnesota's new star. Now, when talking about opportunities and strategies, it's also essential to consider those games that are a bit more accessible to fans, both emotionally and financially. In the vast NFL calendar, there are always those games that stand out, not just for their rivalry or importance, but also for ticket prices. For Minnesota Vikings fans, mark your calendars for Week 2, when we take on the Atlanta Falcons at home in the spectacular environment of US Bank Stadium. This matchup isn't just an anticipated confrontation, it also represents the most accessible opportunity for you to vibe with the team without breaking the bank. Why is this game so accessible? It takes place on a Sunday night, a prime time that, surprisingly, offers tickets for approximately $105. This golden opportunity to watch our young quarterback, J.J. McCarthy, making one of his first starts as the lead QB. The atmosphere promises to be electric, with the vibrant energy typical of games under the bright lights. But it's not just the clash with the Falcons that stands out for its financial peculiarities. Looking further ahead in the calendar, an away game against the Chargers also promises to be intriguing, especially given the context. The game will be not just a test on the field, but an emotional reunion for McCarthy, who will face his former college coach, now leading the Chargers. This game is considered an interesting option, with tickets hovering around $50, a steal for a matchup so loaded with stories. Turning back to our Week 2 game, we'll face a revamped Falcons team with clear ambitions to regain their status in the league. With the Falcons' newly strengthened defense and the Vikings adjusting with a new quarterback, this game offers a perfect mix of challenge and entertainment, something you definitely won't want to miss. Beyond the exciting aspects on the field, these accessible games are crucial for keeping the fan base vibrant and engaged. They offer not just a chance to support the team, but also to experience the unique atmosphere of an NFL game live, full of action and energy. So, are you ready to plan your visit to US Bank Stadium or perhaps a trip to see the Vikings face off against the Chargers? Comment below on your expectations for these games and how you plan to make these experiences memorable. Each game is a chance to be part of this journey toward glory. But wait, because the next piece of news involves changes, movements, and twists. Yes, fans, the NFL never sleeps, and the Minnesota Vikings are always in pursuit of excellence, which inevitably leads to some tough decisions. With the roster nearly set for the season, several players seem to be losing their luster and place, leaving more question marks than certainties about their career futures. Let's start with linebacker Brian Asamoah. Although he showed flashes of talent as a rookie in 2022, Asamoah has seen his role on defense drastically reduced, relegated more to special teams duties. The arrival of Kobe King in this year's draft might be writing on the wall for Asamoah, who might even be contending for his last season with the Vikings if he doesn't show significant value. Another person who's had a less favorable turn is Blake Brandel. Following the selection of Donovan Jackson, an Ohio State star, in the first round of this year's draft, it seems that Brandel's days as a starting guard have come to an end. While he may still offer depth as a versatile player on the offensive line, his role as a starter appears to have evaporated. And what about running back Ty Chandler? Although the Vikings didn't select a running back in the draft, the arrival of Jordan Mason via trade clearly indicates that Chandler will have an even tougher time claiming more responsibilities in the ground attack. Chandler's hope of being the secondary running back takes a serious hit, challenging him to find new ways to contribute. Finally, we have Jalen Nailor. With the surprise pick of Ty Felton as a receiver in the third round of the draft, Nailor, whose contract expires after this season, may be seeing the doors gradually closing in Minnesota. Felton's arrival signals a new focus and possibly fewer opportunities for Nailor. This transition in the roster not only affects the individuals, but also shapes the team's strategy and dynamics as a whole. And speaking of transition, the next story also brings significant changes, but this time on the emotional and human side of the team. Ready for more emotions? The journey to the NFL is full of dreams, challenges, and sometimes a lot of waiting. Ty Felton knows this all too well. Imagine the scene. A room filled with friends and family, all eyes glued to the screen, waiting for a name to be called. Felton, anticipating the most transformative moment of his life, needed some time alone, a moment to gather his thoughts, perhaps even a silent prayer in the car before returning to the draft party. Then, as the lights dimmed on the second day of the 2025 draft, the moment arrived. The phone rang. It was the Minnesota Vikings on the other line, selecting Felton as the 102nd overall pick. The emotion that followed was captured in an exciting 15-minute video, the Ty Felton story, released by the University of Maryland football. This video not only captures that crucial moment, but also traces Felton's path from his childhood in Virginia, through a significant injury in high school to his choices that led him to play under Mike Locksley at Maryland. It's a story of resilience, determination, and the pure joy that comes with realizing a dream that seemed so far off. The Vikings are excited about what Felton can bring to the team. His speed and playmaking ability were already known, but his performance at the NFL Combine, where he ran 40 yards in 4.38 seconds and jumped nearly 40 inches in the vertical, only confirmed his potential. Initially contributing on special teams and in the offensive rotation, Felton has everything to become a productive complementary receiver, as long as he continues to refine his roots and technical skills. Now, as you absorb the emotional power of this journey, reflect on how each player brings a unique journey to our beloved Vikings team. And thus, between strategies, accessible games, declines, and emotional stories, we navigate together through another day full of Vikings fervor. As a fan, your passion knows no bounds, and each news update and story uniquely touches, bringing this community of fans even closer together. Each Vikings news update carries with it the flame of hope and the promise of an unforgettable season. Which one did you like the most? And what other moves does the team still need to make? Don't forget to share this video, leave your comments, and subscribe to the channel to receive all the latest news about the Minnesota Vikings. Stay tuned. SKOL Vikings, let's go!